Hey, everybody. How's it going? Good to see you tonight. Glad you're here. Hope you're ready with some questions. My name is What Doug, and I, of course, am the host of the brand new Da 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 What Culture on Dirt Hippie Productions YouTube. That's right. So glad you could join us tonight. Hope you've got some questions, things you want to know about, things I can answer for you. If not, I'm going to be standing here for a long time doing this, and I'm going to wonder why. So, What Culture's brand new animated series on YouTube, BitChute, and all the other places you can see Dirt Hippie Productions. Dirt Hippie Productions. So, anyway, yeah. So, what is What Culture all about? Well, What Culture is basically a little program where we discuss culture mostly so far, and as far as we can see for the first season anyway, we're probably going to predominantly be looking at culture through film. We'll also look at other things like literature and philosophy and politics and religion and all kinds of things. We're just going to break down stories that we like to tell because storytelling is something that's been with us forever. And now that social media is such a big deal with the podcasts and all the stuff on YouTube, we thought, well, people enjoy stories. I wonder if we go a little more meta and just present stories about stories. So we're going to talk about the stories we're talking about. Where do they come from? What's the cultural influence? And what kind of things are we being told through those stories? We can look at a lot of philosophical and psychological kind of stuff, keeping it fresh, not just jiving around talking about the regular old stuff we've all talked about before 100 times. And everybody on every podcast is always messing with stuff. And, woo, hey, I might go flying later. Who knows? Anything could happen. But anyway, so, you can check those episodes out. The first four are already out. That's right. This is kind of the final big shebang of the premiere weekend. So, we're glad to be here with you. I hope you've gotten to see those first four episodes. There will be another one coming in weeks to come, I guess, would be how to put that. But anyway, uh, we thought it'd be fun to do a live stream, so here I am, ready to answer any questions, field any comments. My name is What Doug, or just Doug, if you prefer. But anyway, here I am, bring it on. Uh, if you were on, like some other websites and places where you'd go to see people, you know, animated character type stuff, talking to you and hanging out, going, hey, what's going on, maybe a little more futuristic background kind of a thing. I don't know. Um, Maybe if I spoke more seductively, hey, everybody, welcome to What Culture? Hey, everybody, my name's What Doug. I'd like to welcome you to the Dirt Hippie Productions relaunch weekend. Thanks for stopping by. My name's What Doug, and I'm the host and the host of What Culture, a new series on Dirt Hippie Productions, BitChute, Dirt Hippie Productions, YouTube. This is YouTube relaunch weekend. We're on Instagram too. If you do the gram, come on by and hit us up. Follow us. Always find somebody hanging out, looking to have fun. Tonight it's me. Hey, yeah, it's an animated guy, but it's not recorded. I'm actually live here, waiting to take questions and comments from all of our viewers this evening who are interested in learning more about What Culture on Dirt Hippie Productions YouTube channel. Is the caller there? Go ahead. Just kidding. We don't have any callers and no one's writing any questions. So right now, this is just me. I'm happy to stay here and field questions, but I can go get a manicure or something to eat. If nobody wants to hang out and talk, it's cool. I don't want to be thirsty. That's the young folks on the social media. That's what they call thirsty. We used to call it needy. Anyway, so yeah, if anybody's out there and wants to talk or hang out or say words to an animated guy on the TV and have him respond back, throw up some questions. I'm basically doing nothing now. The technology side of this took a little doing, but yeah, we're here. We're running now, so I'm not gonna flee. Anybody? Knock on this. Nope. Still nobody. Okay, well, I'm more than ready there. I just thought if I banged on the screen, maybe somebody would come in and see what was going on. Just check to make sure I'm not choking on anything or having a stroke. Um, so yeah, what have you guys been doing all Labor Day weekend? Anybody want to talk about their Labor Day weekend, festivities and stuff? Like, I don't know, big parties, a barbecue. I don't know what kind of thing. Swimming at the lake, maybe a little water skiing. We got any water skiers out there? Anybody? Anybody out there? Anybody with YouTube? Anybody ever seen the YouTube? Have you heard of that? The YouTube? People do videos of various things, and other people like look it up on the internet. And you guys have heard of the internet? Anybody? Anybody? Show of hands. Show of hands. Anybody heard of the internet? No? No? Okay. I'm not sure where to go with this. This does, I will say this, it does make it more challenging for me as a host to have to, you know, keep up the pitter patter of conversation when there's no one else engaged. Challenging. That's what it is. Anybody? Anybody got a question, a comment? Want to know anything about what culture and where? Well, I'll tell you where it came from, just in case you're curious. I know you're probably sitting there all curious. You want to ask, and you're thinking, I don't want to bother the guy. Clearly, he's got other stuff to do, and does he have time to take my question or answer this? Does he really want to stand here and say, oh, here's the reason why, and here's the la la la, and here's the backstory? VH1 behind the music. Does anybody really want that? I'm happy to do it. And then now I'm sitting here and nobody's asking questions, and so I am beginning to feel like it's time to pull out VH1's Behind the Music What Culture Edition. So yeah, these are basically conversations that began to happen in my head, I guess you could say. I spent some time in ministry, and I learned this funny word called apologetic. So an apologetic, the first people I worked for in ministry didn't exactly know what the word meant, and later I found out what it meant, and then I felt like, oh, and basically it's giving an answer, to give an explanation. The people that I had worked for originally kind of thought it meant to make excuses for or to apologize for, and that's not what it means at all. But anyway, cultural apologetics was something I found out about later in my educational career. Shall we call it that? Later in my educational career. I learned about cultural apologetics, which really appealed to me, and how we could look at things in culture and they could point out other things to us. And it's a fun way, an exercise I do with my brain. You ever do physical labor, just like out mowing the lawn or something, maybe washing the dishes? Everybody has their own kind of their little zen thing that you do around the house, and you kind of engage your mind, or you engage your hands. It's physical labor. So you're raking, or you're mowing, or you're doing dishes. Maybe your thing's ironing. Get your clothes all nice and wrinkle free there. So you're ironing your clothes, and your mind just kind of disengages and goes to that place where ideas are born, like when you're sitting on the can or when you're in the shower, and the ideas just kind of start to flow around in your brain, and they're just going woo all over the place. Well, rather than just let them go all over the place, sometimes I like to take them and go, here's this thing. Why don't you think about this thing? So my brain would kind of start these conversations, and I later realized that what I was doing was kind of making an apologetic. I was kind of connecting things. That's really all it is connecting things, or seeing the connections that already exist in things. Maybe that's a better way to say it. So that's kind of what we're doing, is we're taking a cultural look at something that we all have probably seen or heard. For instance, our first episode was about quest stories. So things like The Lord of the Rings and King Arthur and all that type of stuff. So that's what we're talking about. But we talk about not just those specifics, but like other places we see quest stories and other ways that quest stories come down to us. So that's one way we look at this. So the second episode's about Pulp Fiction, and it's about Pulp Fiction because Pulp Fiction is a redemption story if you watch it. If you see what's going on kind of under the story, and how Tarantino uses perspective to kind of obscure exactly what he's trying to say. And so we did an episode about vampires. And hopefully after that and today, right before this, hopefully you watched an episode about Frankenstein that just premiered. Just just premiered on YouTube at 5 o'clock, the Frankenstein episode, and that talks about humanity and our relationship with technology. So it's not just talking about Frankenstein. Oh, you're a horror fan. Here's the thing about Frankenstein. You'll want to see this because you like horror movies. This is kind of taking an exploded view, looking at, say, Frankenstein for an instant, and then looking at an exploded view of it and all the different ways that Frankenstein has been told and retold. And that set of stories, it's not, Frankenstein is not the original story. See, there's a backstory for Frankenstein. Anyway, it's an exercise I do with my brain when my hands are engaged and my mind needs something to do. I say, here's something to think about. Let's think about this. Let's look at the different cultural attributes and strings that tie this story together. Wow, and as many people are as excited to show up and talk to an animated dude on the internet, I'm sure twice as many are excited to actually watch the animated series What Culture on Dirthippy Productions YouTube channel. And I'm What Doug, host of the new animated series on Dirthippy Productions called What Culture. That all ties together too. And I'm here for a live Q&A session. If anybody out there's got any Q's or A's or any other letters you want to throw up there, land it in the comments, baby. I'm here to talk. Who wants to chat? Who wants to hit up the animated guy on YouTube? Sorry, I don't do nudity or anything too provocative, but I can use a slightly more, hi, would you like to watch What Culture? Can I answer any questions for anyone out there? Something a little more seductive. I don't know. It probably wasn't very. How about the, hey, baby, would you like to hear about What Culture? My name is What Doug, and I'm the host of the new animated series What Culture on Dirthippy Productions YouTube. I'm here for a live question and answer session, but nobody's asking any questions, so nobody's got any cues, so I'm unable to give any A's. So right now I am just sitting here and rambling. But what a wonderful night to be with you. Yes, it is Labor Day, finally, of Labor Day, the much heard about Labor Day weekend. Day 4. This has been a great big relaunch weekend for Dirthippy Productions. Dirthippy Productions. Yes, relaunch weekend. All kinds of new content premiering on Dirthippy Productions this weekend, including my show. Perhaps you've heard of it. If you haven't heard of it, it's called What Culture, and it's on Dirthippy Productions on YouTube. Anyway, these graphics over here to the side are supposed to kind of point that out to you. Be like a hint so you know what I'm talking about. My name is What Doug. I'm glad to be here. You can also just call me Doug because that's technically my name. So that works out. You have any questions, any comments, anything you'd like to know about our little show that we do? If you've hopefully, like I said, you've seen the 4 episodes that premiered over this Labor Day weekend. I hope you enjoy all of those. We got another one that's ready to come out to you. I believe that'll come out in, I think it's 2 weeks. 2 weeks before you'll see the next episode. That'll be 2 weeks from today, I believe, if I'm correct. And if I'm not correct, then that's all wrong and don't expect that. But probably like on a 2-week basis is what we're hoping for. We got a lot of other interesting stuff. We've got if you haven't seen What Culture, like I said, that's my deal. You can check that out. If you also we got put out 4 new, well, they're not new, 4 lost episodes of Traveling Doug, Traveling Doug, right here on Dirthippy Productions. That's right. 3 of those episodes are in Colorado, and how beautiful that scenery was. I don't know if you've seen those episodes. Also, some interesting visits to some interesting stores. Check that out. If you like travel, quirky, weird travel, you should check out Traveling Doug. What else has been going on at the Dirthippy Productions? Well, we have History of Everything. Now, that's a series, I guess, used to be a live stream on Dirthippy Productions, but the episodes ran sometimes almost 2 hours long, and it wasn't, the production stuff wasn't going well, so they kind of repackaged that into much kind of cleaner, more concise package. Sort of a probably like a 20 to 30 minute sort of episode deal, but it's an ongoing podcast feel sort of narrative. Let's put it that way. Sort of that kind of thing. If you're into, mysteries of the unknown, or you're into, the supernatural, the paranormal, conspiracy theory, or what's, normally would be considered like, quote unquote conspiracy theory stuff. That could be fun for you. You might enjoy that sort of thing. If that's the sort of thing you enjoy, as Traveling Doug would say. What else is going on? We brought some stuff out of mothballs, out of the attic, so to speak, and started putting some old stuff back up, so you can enjoy some of that. Some funny songs and some old Robot and Viking content. If you like Robot and Viking, there's some of that. So there's all kinds of new stuff going on at Dirthippy. We've got a whole big new thing that's going to be coming out. We're going to be rolling it out in the next month or so. We haven't even told anybody about that. None of that's even been announced during the Labor Day relaunch. So that's going to be even more all new content that's coming down the mountain. Like you should feel, if you don't right now, you should probably start to feel a little bit like Indiana Jones with that giant boulder rolling down the hill behind him with all the content that Dirthippy Productions has. So all the content that Dirthippy Productions has to provide for you, the consumer of video content on the internet. Thank you for being here tonight. Yeah, so I'll hang out for a little more. I see some people coming in and some people going out. I mean, we do have those kind of, top-notch, high-tech facilities here. I can see that people are coming and going in the room and hanging out and watching for a while, but nobody's got a question. No one wants to ask an animated dude a question, right? It's like talking to a puppet. Is that what it is? It's too weird, right? Do you want me to put on like a regular guy face? I could do that too. I just thought it would be a fun novelty to speak to an animated guy. I guess it's not that novel anymore. I mean, everybody lives in the video game world and, virtual reality city and all the, the Second Life and the what are all the games, the Fortnite and all that stuff. Nobody lives in actual reality anymore, so this kind of thing isn't that novel. Back when I was a young feller, I something like this would have tripped my trigger, and I would have thought, hey, this is fun. Let's go talk to a cartoon. Well, times change. Like I said, everybody today kind of lives in this alternate suspended reality sort of thing, so this is probably not that novel. And since I have all my clothes on, and you can get that all kind of only fans, whatever, the twitchy, twittery. I don't know what I don't know. I don't know what it is. I know there's a lot of stuff out there on the internet that you could be watching where people would be less clothed, but I wouldn't do that to you. I love you and respect you too much as an audience. So here's me, fully clothed. Oh, I can go back. You want the seductive voice? I can go back to the seductive voice again. Maybe that's the thing. Here we go. Hi, my name's What Doug, and I'm the host of What Culture on Dirthippy Productions. Please, won't you take part in my live Q&A and ask me some questions tonight? There you go. How was that? That was pretty seductive. I felt a fair amount of energy on that for you. So, see, do you feel moved? Anybody? Oh, my concurrent viewers. Just let me know. Think of any questions or comments, because now I'm starting to feel silly being a cartoon talking on the internet and no one's talking back. And, it's Monday night, and tomorrow everything goes back to normal, back to job time, back to work time. So this is our last shot to have some fun this weekend. So anybody want to jump in and have some fun with Cartoon Face Guy on the internet of YouTube? Anybody? Anybody? Bueller? No? Okay. Woo, that hurt. Okay. Well, so what's going on with you? You wanna say something in a seductive voice back to me? Would that make it a more complete kind of experience? I'm not sure where to go with this. I'm kind of out of spiel. Kind of told you who I am and what I do, and kind of the story behind What Culture and what it's all about. And there's some episodes out there now, so you can check those out. And I'm hanging out here waiting to answer any questions or comments anybody has. And nobody's got any comments or questions for me. And so it won't be very long, and I will be pulling the plug and going back to the sofa. But this was fun. And, honestly, even if nobody wants to say anything, it's cool because it's been a learning experience. Got to figure out exactly what I needed to do to make this happen and then some of the possibilities that could happen with this. And yeah. So anyway, that's kind of me coming and flying in here on you and hanging out with you on a Monday, Labor Day evening. Anybody? Anybody got a question? Comment? Woohoo! Anybody out there? Hello, I'm in here asking to answer questions, I guess. Yeah. So, what else shall we do? This would be fun. We should play a game like this. We could get one of those. Have you played? That game where your fears, your worst nightmares, and all that. Those card games where you don't actually have a board. There's like cards with funny answers, and then you have to guess how somebody else would guess, or something like that. I like those. Here's something, you hear old people always complaining about young people and what young people like and what young people do. Hey, I really like the new generation of board games that don't require a board. I think is really cool. At least twice in the last few months, I've gotten to play some of the new games from the You Don't Know Jack people that are on the what's the Nintendo thing that everybody has except me, the Switch. It's got those games from the You Don't Know Jack people, and you can play, and it's like they're up on the screen, and everybody has their phone, and it's like an app that you like buzz in, like you're on kind of on a game show type of thing. Those are really cool. I enjoy those a lot. It'd be cool if we could get it together, figure out some way we could play that together online as a group. Nobody, no questions, no comments. Anybody down to talk to Cartoon Boy? Hanging out. We had a few more people come in the room. I thought, oh man, here it comes. This is going to be the flood of questions I've been waiting for all night. And no, everybody's just, I don't know. Maybe this is cool to have on in the background. You turn the volume down and turn on your favorite songs. No idea. You feel like there's somebody there. If you're alone and you don't have anyone to talk to, there's a service I can render. Just call me. Don't be afraid to just call me. Call me. No, I won't do Blondie. I won't do it. Not because I like Blondie. I just won't do that to you. I don't want to injure you, the audience, the listening public. Anybody? A question, a comment? Not one question or comment tonight. I want to thank everybody for being here. Oh, ha. Oh, don't be shy. You're my biggest fan. You will not. Now you're just saying stuff to flatter me, and I appreciate it. Don't stop. That's nice. Thank you, Gretchen. Oh, too funny. Says, sorry, what, Doug? Too shy. I'm your biggest fan. I will stay up all night writing an epic novel dedicated to you. I'm moved, touched deeply, and if you're watching, that should show up in the chat for you. You should be able to see these comments and add your own if you just want to go crazy and go, hey, this is weird. I've never talked to a cartoon before, and hey, here's one now. Oh, I'm over here. It's What Culture on Dirthippy Productions. So yeah, check those videos out because they are exciting and new, and that's my show, and I'm pretty jazzed about it. Be cool if anybody wanted to cruise over to Dirthippy Productions and check out any of the 4 new episodes of What Culture released this very weekend, this very as we speak end. And that's really, I went ahead and put all of the answers that I had imagined myself giving to questions, kind of just put that into a big paraphrase block and kind of presented it, I don't know, as a speech sort of a thing, So I feel like if you do have a question or anything, then I've probably answered it. If not, you can still submit questions after we go off the air here, or we go on. You got the Instagram is always open. You can leave a question or comment. DM the old Dirt Hippie Productions there on Instagram. A lot of fun. We'd be glad to see you come by there and hit us up there, and bring your friends and point out where we're at to them, and you could share and you could like, and of course go over to the YouTube channel and subscribe, which seems silly for me to say. Here, can I just here's a funny thing. Let me share one funny thing, a funny anecdote with you. So, when you go on YouTube and you want to look at videos, you want to start and be successful with your YouTube channel, you go look up videos about what you should do to be successful, to build an audience. And always remind people to like and subscribe. Always remind people to like and subscribe. Well, if people aren't subscribed, there's a real thin chance that they're ever going to see my video anyway. But please, even though this is running right now, live stream on YouTube, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Well, first, if you show up, that's great. Show up. You can be here. Love that. Hey there, concurrent viewer. Welcome to the room. Nice to see you. I'm just doing a little live Q&A here, talking about my new show. It's called What Culture? It's on Dirthippy Productions, as you can see right over here. Da-da-da. Okay, and we premiered 4 new episodes of the said series of mine this weekend, and just here doing a little Q&A if anybody had any questions or comments about the series or wanted to learn more about it or whatever. I'm What Doug. I'm the host of What Culture. That's right, What Culture on Dirthippy Productions. So if anybody's got questions, comments, criticism, complaints, throw it in the comments. I'm here to do what I can, entertain for as long as I can, and So questions and comments are welcome. If you want to send some in, I will try to answer them. Or whatever. Whatever you guys want to do. Like I said, I don't want to take up your whole Labor Day weekend. We've put out tons and tons of quality content for you, the viewer, and I don't want to become obtrusive. If this is, if that's it, everybody's done. We'll call it a night. We'll call it a weekend, man. I believe Dirthippy Productions launched 2024. I'm not sure. Something like 24. We'll say 24. 6 a day for 4 days. 24 brand new pieces of content over this weekend, plus 4 live streams, plus Instagram posts, plus there's all the stuff over on BitChute. There's different stuff on BitChute. Some of it's different. Some of it's the same. So if you like Dirthippy Productions on YouTube, you can also check out Dirthippy Productions on BitChute, and you'll get to see different stuff. Some. There are series over there that are not over here. So anyway, yeah. So What Culture? It's a show about culture, looking at culture through film. That's what we do. I'm happy to answer questions. Anybody want to talk about any of those episodes? Did anybody see any of the episodes? Did anybody have any favorite parts of any episodes? Am I just going to continue to talk to myself on the YouTube? It's cool, but limited entertainment value for any of us, including myself. So, anybody in? Anybody out? Last call. I don't want to dominate the conversation, but it'd be hard to qualify this as anything but domination. Domination. Okay, well, I'm going to assume that we're all good, and I don't have anything else to say, and you don't have anything else that you want to hear. I do want to say thanks again for everybody that came through and had a question or comment and coming by and seeing us. I thank everybody that took time to view and like the What Culture first 4 episodes that went up this weekend. If you haven't seen them, by golly, go check them out. You don't want to miss that, or Traveling Doug, or any of the great stuff brought to you right here on Dirthippy Productions, day in, day out, for your fun and entertainment, edification, and pleasure. We hope that you enjoy it. I just want to say thanks again to everybody out there for sticking around to listen. Hope you have a great rest of your week. And, as always, bye-bye, everybody. Nyah.